12 celebrities who went from beautiful to ugly. They were the most beautiful people in the world. Faces that launched careers worth millions, defined entire eras of beauty standards, and made audiences fall in love with just a glance. But Hollywood's glow doesn't last forever. And for these 12 stars, the transformation from breathtaking to barely recognizable wasn't just the gentle hand of time, but often something far more devastating. Today, we're examining the most shocking beauty transformations in entertainment history. Number 12, Lindsay Lohan, child star beauty derail. Beginning our countdown at number 12 is Lindsay Lohan, whose transformation from fresh-faced child star to troubled adult actress shocked fans who had watched her grow up on screen. Lohan's career began with extraordinary promise as a child model who transitioned seamlessly to acting. Her performances in films like The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday showcased both her natural talent and striking beauty. By the time she starred in Mean Girls in 2004 at age 18, Lohan had blossomed into a stunning young woman with luminous skin, vibrant red hair, and an infectious smile that made her one of Hollywood's most bankable young stars. Directors and photographers praised her photogenic features and natural screen presence, with Vanity Fair calling her the most talented young actress in America. But as Lohan's star rose, so did the pressures and temptations surrounding her. By her early 20s, a combination of hard partying, substance abuse, and legal troubles began taking a visible toll on her once radiant appearance. Number 11, Brigitte Bardot, beauty rejected by choice. At number 11 in our countdown is French film icon Brigitte Bardot, whose transformation represents something quite different from most entries on our list. A deliberate rejection of the beauty standards that made her famous. During the 1950s and 1960s, Bardot epitomized sensual European beauty with her tousled blonde hair, smoky eye makeup, and famous pout. She created a look so distinctive that it inspired the term sex kitten and influenced fashion and beauty standards worldwide. Her appearance in films like And God Created Woman established her as a global sex symbol whose stunning looks transcended language barriers. At the height of her fame, Bardot was considered one of the most beautiful women in the world. Photographers fought for opportunities to capture her distinctive features. Designers clamored to dress her, and her hairstyle was copied by millions of women worldwide. Even Pablo Picasso declared her the most beautiful woman alive. But in 1973, at just 39 years old and still at the peak of her beauty, Bardot made a shocking decision. She retired from film entirely, retreating to a private life far from Hollywood's spotlight. What followed was perhaps the most deliberate beauty transformation on our list. As Bardot systematically rejected every aspect of the carefully maintained appearance that had defined her public image, she abandoned her signature-styled hair, letting it go natural and gray. She stopped wearing makeup entirely. Number 10, Axl Rose, rock god to unrecognizable. At number 10 on our countdown is Axl Rose, whose transformation from lean athletic rock god to bloated, surgically enhanced cautionary tale shocked fans who remembered his electric presence fronting Guns N' Roses in their prime. During the late 1980s, Rose personified rockstar sex appeal with his snake-like dance moves, powerful voice, and distinctive appearance, flowing red hair, bandanas, and shirtless performances that showcased his trim physique. He became one of music's most recognizable and desired figures. Rolling Stone described him as rock's ultimate bad boy with a dangerous appeal that made him the poster child for rock excess. Rose's appearance was so central to his appeal that his bandana-wearing shirtless image became instantly recognizable worldwide. His lean face with high cheekbones and intense eyes created a look that was both classically handsome and distinctively his own, helping propel Guns N' Roses to become one of the biggest bands in the world. But as the years passed and Rose's lifestyle caught up with him, his appearance underwent a dramatic transformation. Weight gain significantly altered his once lean face and physique. His signature red hair thinned and was often hidden under hats. Most notably, what appears to be cosmetic work, including possible fillers and other procedures, created a puffy, artificial-looking face barely recognizable to fans of early Guns N' Roses. By the time Rose re-emerged for the band's reunion tours in the late 2010s, side-by-side comparisons of his appearance went viral online, with many fans expressing shock at how dramatically his looks had changed. The once-lived rock god now appeared bloated with a rounded face and altered features that seemed to have erased much of his distinctive appearance. What makes Rose's transformation particularly notable is how it contrasts with rock's long-standing celebration of aging rockers. Number 9. Mickey Rourke, from matinee idol to plastic surgery cautionary tale. At number 9 in our countdown is Mickey Rourke, whose transformation from ruggedly handsome actor to almost unrecognizable figure has become one of Hollywood's most infamous cautionary tales about the dangers of excessive plastic surgery. In the 1980s, Rourke was widely regarded as one of the most attractive and talented actors of his generation. With smoldering good looks, brooding intensity, and undeniable charisma, he drew comparisons to Marlon Brando and James Dean. Films like 9.5 Weeks and Angel Heart cemented his reputation as both a sex symbol and serious actor. At the peak of his career, critics hailed him as the next great Hollywood leading man, and women around the world swooned over his combination of masculinity and vulnerability. But as the 1990s began, Rourke's career and appearance began to unravel. Frustrated with Hollywood, he left acting to pursue a professional boxing career. The brutal sport left his once handsome face battered and broken, requiring multiple reconstructive surgeries. Unfortunately, the procedures meant to restore his looks often had the opposite effect, leaving him with distorted features that barely resembled his former self. Number 8. Meg Ryan, America's sweetheart undone by cosmetic procedures. At number 8 is Meg Ryan, whose transformation from beloved girl next door to almost unrecognizable figure shocked fans who remembered her as the queen of romantic comedies. During the late 1980s and 1990s, Ryan epitomized fresh-faced American beauty with her blonde curls, sparkling eyes, and effervescent charm. Films like When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail made her not just a box office draw, but a cultural icon. Her radiant smile and relatable beauty earned her the title of America's Sweetheart, with magazines praising her as the epitome of natural charm. But in the 2000s, Ryan's appearance began to change dramatically. What appeared to be a series of cosmetic procedures, possibly including lip fillers, cheek implants, and Botox, altered the familiar contours of her face. Her once natural beauty gave way to a more artificial look that many fans found jarring. Number 7. Val Kilmer, heartthrob undone by health struggles. At number 7 is Val Kilmer, whose transformation from handsome leading man to unrecognizable figure was driven not by lifestyle excess or cosmetic missteps, but by devastating health challenges. In the 1980s and 1990s, Kilmer was one of Hollywood's most attractive and versatile actors. From his breakout as Iceman in Top Gun to his iconic role as Jim Morrison in The Doors, Kilmer combined striking good looks with undeniable talent. His chiseled features, intense eyes, and athletic build made him a natural choice for leading roles, including playing Batman in Batman Forever. But in the 2010s, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, which required aggressive treatment, including a tracheostomy that permanently altered his voice and appearance. The once handsome star became almost unrecognizable, with significant changes to his facial structure and a frail, gaunt figure replacing his once robust physique. Unlike many entries on this list, Kilmer's transformation was not the result of poor choices or vanity, but rather the devastating toll of a life-threatening illness. Number 6. Whitney Houston, from stunning diva to tragic decline. At number 6 is Whitney Houston, whose transformation remains one of the most heartbreaking in entertainment history. In the 1980s and 1990s, Houston was not only hailed as one of the greatest vocalists of all time, but also celebrated for her radiant beauty. With her flawless skin, dazzling smile, and statuesque presence, she embodied elegance and glamour. Her music videos and magazine covers showcased a woman who seemed to possess both divine talent and timeless beauty, making her one of the most admired stars in the world. But behind the scenes, Houston struggled with personal demons, most notably substance abuse. As the 2000s progressed, the effects of her lifestyle became increasingly visible. The once glowing skin appeared worn, her smile often strained, and her once toned figure diminished. Public appearances revealed a dramatic change in her appearance, with fans shocked at how quickly she seemed to have aged. Tabloids fixated on side-by-side comparisons of the dazzling diva who once ruled the stage and the frail, troubled figure who appeared in her later years. Number 5. Pamela Anderson, bombshell beauty altered by time and choices. At number 5 is Pamela Anderson, whose transformation illustrates the fleeting nature of sex symbol status in Hollywood. In the 1990s, Anderson defined an era of beauty standards with her role on Baywatch. With her blonde hair, hourglass figure, and striking features, she became one of the most recognizable women on the planet. Magazine covers, posters, and television appearances made her the ultimate fantasy figure for millions. But as the years passed, Anderson's look evolved dramatically. Repeated cosmetic procedures, fluctuating weight, and the natural effects of aging altered the features that had once defined her beauty. The exaggerated enhancements that helped her become famous, plump lips, augmented curves, eventually created an artificial look that some fans struggled to reconcile with the fresh-faced bombshell of her youth. Tabloid coverage frequently compared her current appearance with her Baywatch days, often with cruel commentary about her fall from grace. Number 4. Janice Dickinson, the world's first supermodel consumed by surgery. At number 4 is Janice Dickinson, once hailed as the world's first supermodel. In the 1970s and 1980s, Dickinson's striking features, tall frame, and confident presence made her one of the most in-demand models in the world. She appeared on countless magazine covers and worked with fashion's top designers, embodying the bold, glamorous look of her era. But Dickinson's later years tell a very different story. Obsessed with maintaining her youthful beauty, she underwent numerous cosmetic procedures that dramatically altered her appearance. Facelifts, Botox, fillers, and other enhancements created an increasingly artificial look that bore little resemblance to the natural beauty that once made her famous. The once sculpted features became distorted, with tabloids frequently mocking her as a cautionary example of plastic surgery gone wrong. Number 3. Montgomery Clift, Hollywood's most tragic beauty. At number 3 is Montgomery Clift, whose transformation remains one of the most devastating in film history. In the 1940s and early 1950s, Clift was considered one of the most beautiful men ever to appear on screen. With delicate features, soulful eyes, and a vulnerability that set him apart from traditional tough guy actors, he captured hearts worldwide. His performances in films like A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity showcased not only his immense talent, but also his breathtaking appearance. Even his contemporaries, including Clark Gable, admitted to feeling overshadowed by Clift's striking beauty. But in 1956, tragedy struck. Clift was involved in a horrific car accident that shattered his face. Though reconstructive surgery saved his life, it could not fully restore his looks. His once symmetrical features became visibly altered, and the contrast between his earlier films and his later ones was shocking. While Clift continued to act and deliver powerful performances, his appearance told a story of pain, loss, and decline. Number 2. Joan Van Ark, soap star transformed beyond recognition. At number 2 is Joan Van Ark, best known for her role on Knots Landing. In her prime, Van Ark was admired for her classic blonde beauty, luminous skin, and elegant presence. She became a staple of 1980s television glamour, with a look that was both relatable and aspirational. But in later years, Van Ark's appearance changed dramatically. A series of cosmetic procedures, including facelifts, lip enhancements, and Botox, left her looking almost unrecognizable. Photographs of her public appearances often went viral online, with fans shocked at how much her face had been altered. The smooth, youthful features that once defined her beauty had been replaced by a tightened, artificial look that many described as tragic. Her transformation highlights the brutal pressure faced by actresses, especially those from television, to maintain appearances long after their prime. Van Ark's case is often cited in discussions of how Hollywood's obsession with beauty leads women to undergo extreme measures, sometimes with heartbreaking results. Number 1. Michael Jackson, the king of pop's metamorphosis. At the top of our list is Michael Jackson, whose transformation is perhaps the most famous and shocking in entertainment history. In his youth, Jackson was a strikingly handsome young man with warm brown skin, wide eyes, and an engaging smile. His natural appearance, paired with extraordinary talent, made him one of the most beloved figures in music. But as the years went by, Jackson's appearance changed in ways that seemed almost otherworldly. A combination of skin lightening, due to vitiligo, a condition he confirmed he suffered from, repeated nose surgeries, and other cosmetic procedures gradually transformed his face into something nearly unrecognizable. His once broad nose became thinner and sharper, his skin tone dramatically lighter, and his features increasingly artificial. By the 1990s and 2000s, his transformation was so extreme that he no longer resembled the young man who had once captivated the world. Jackson's metamorphosis became a subject of endless speculation, criticism, and even ridicule. But beneath the surface, his case revealed profound struggles with identity, self-image, and the crushing pressure of fame. His transformation was not merely physical, but deeply psychological, making it the most infamous beauty to ugly story in entertainment history.